Good day, everyone. We're here to discuss the preparation and development of instructional materials. Miss April will give the introduction and definition of learning module, while I'm going to discuss the principles and techniques of developing modules.
Preparation and development of instructional materials. Educational resources used to improve students' knowledge, abilities, and skills, to monitor their assimilation of information, and to contribute to their overall development and upbringing. Instructional materials may be operationally defined as special design classroom tools, which contain instructions to learners and teachers, and which specify each increment of learning, the content to be learned, the techniques of presentation, practice and use of that content, and the modes of teaching associated with those techniques. Instructional materials are important element within the curriculum and are often the most tangible and visible aspect of it. They can define the goals of the syllabus and the roles of teachers and the learner within the instructional process. Values and importance of instructional materials. To help clarify important concepts, to arouse and sustain students' interest, to give all students in a class the opportunity to share experiences necessary for new learning, and to help make learning more permanent. What is learning module? Learning module is a tool that provides course materials in a logical, sequential order, guiding students through the content and assessment in the order specified by the instructor. It is a self-contained and self-sufficient unit of instruction for the learner to achieve a set of objectives. There are different components of learning module. Number 1. Title. It should be brief, comprehensive, and interesting. Number 2. Target population. This specifies the level and the kind of students to which the module is directed. Number 3. Overview. A bird's eye view of the topic to be covered by the module. This is needed to prepare the mental setup and to motivate the student. Number 4. Objectives. This would guide the students what exactly are expected of them in going through the modules in terms of learning objectives. Number 5. Instructions to the learners. Instructions should be worded with clarity, brevity, and simplicity to enable the students to carry out the suggested activities, to answer specific questions, to accomplish sheet assignment, and to order related activities by themselves. Number 6. Entry behavior and prerequisite skills. The entry behavior and prerequisite skills are needed to make learners use the module successfully. It provides them preliminary assessment whether module is within their capabilities or not. If they feel they do not have the prerequisite skills, they may skip the module and instead concentrate on the development of such requirements before they try it. Number 7. Pretest. The pretest is given to determine how much the learners already know about the topic. If the results show that they have considerably mastered it, they may be given the next module. Number 8. Pretest feedback and evaluation. A key to correction must be provided within the module for the students to determine whether their answers to every item in the pretest are correct. The total number of correct items must be given an equivalent grade to find out whether the learners pass or fail the test given. Such equivalent grade is contained in the pretest evaluation. Number 9. Learning activities. This is the heart of the module, which specifies the different activities that the students must undertake in order to achieve the specific learning objectives. Such activities include the various lessons, study sheet assignments, tests, and even suggested projects. Number 10. Post-test. The post-test is taken after all the students have done all the learning activities suggested in the module. This is to find out how far they have learned from the module. The pretest may be given as post-test in the absence of other equally well-prepared post-tests. Number 11. Post-test feedback and evaluation. The post-test feedback serves as the key to correction while the post-test evaluation provides the grade equivalence of the different scores obtained by the students. Number 12. Teacher's Manual or Guide. To assure effective use of the manual, the teacher needs the necessary pointers, helpful alternatives, and necessary background to strengthen mastery of topic. It is necessary that the teacher's manual or guide can clarify things, provide cautions in the use of manual, call the attention of the teacher to emphasize salient points, and suggest enrichment activities to maximize students' learning.
Our next topic will be principles and techniques of developing modules. The following are the basic principles in materials development by Tomlinson, 1998. Number 1, materials should achieve impact and should also help learners to feel at ease and develop their confidence. What is being taught should be perceived by learners as relevant and useful. Materials should also require and facilitate learner self-investment. Learners must be ready to acquire the points being taught. Materials should also take into account that learners differ in learning styles and affective attitudes. Materials should maximize learning potential by encouraging intellectual, aesthetic, and emotional involvement, which stimulates both right and left brain activities. It should also provide opportunities for outcome feedback. Here are some techniques and methods in developing modules and materials. Using references to develop the classroom materials. Since classroom materials tend to teach students the method of forming materials, referencing is highly necessary for developing this. You can use books as references when making classroom materials. As a teacher, you will be developing the materials in a way where it will be easy for the students to learn. The classroom materials should be a catalyst in developing the skills on the students. Classroom materials are to be designed in a way from which the students will get the idea of the subject in depth. Next is determining student needs from the materials. As a teacher, you need to determine the needs of the students and design the materials accordingly. The classroom materials should be such that the topics taught will be easier for a student to grasp. Third one is topics that are relevant in the course material. You will need to analyze the materials and then you will include those in the classroom materials. Today, there are several training organizations where relevant materials are not included in the syllabus, and it poses a problem. As material developers, you need to understand what the children like and can get easily associated with. For example, colorful objects made out of paper and paperboards. Fourth is how classroom teaching influences material development. Classroom material development can be influenced by classroom teaching. While you are educating the children regarding something, you can make a classroom material to give them a vivid examples. Classroom activity is basically teaching and other interactive activities that teachers design for students. Next is true notes. You will need to gather enough data to chalk out the materials that you will make as developer. Documents and research journals. It will help you in developing classroom materials. You need to include the examples from these journals. From your school, you will find several journals and research materials to help in identifying the needs of the students. As a classroom material developer, you will focus on the ways in which one can develop the materials. Assignments and projects. Previous assignments and projects can help you in developing classroom materials for students. These assignments and projects will also help developers to collaborate and find out which of the design will be suitable for the students. From these references and journals, you will also discover some of the obsolete ways to develop the materials. Last one is design and analysis. Through analysis and design, you can examine the development of the students by teaching them with the classroom materials. As developers, you will take these reference materials from the journals as mentioned above. If you examine the past data from the assessments, you can help other trainers to make standard classroom materials. Well, that's it for today. Thank you.